Hi students, in previous video we covered the topic related to nuclear fusion reactions, and also we seen the uses of power reactor or atomic energy, and also we calculated the power generated in any units, maybe joules or kilowatt hour, or maybe it is electron volts, right, and number of fusions per second. So that type of just seen that problems in the last video, that is related to yours nuclear fusion reaction. So now you have one more reaction that is called nuclear fusion reaction. So that is a nuclear fusion reaction. Already we know the process where the unstable lighter nuclei are fused together, that is combined to form a stable heavier nucleus along with energy. That process is called as a nuclear fusion reactions, right? So here the fusion reaction, nuclear fusion reaction is, the definition is nothing but you have lighter unstable nuclei and these are fused together, two or more, just I drawn two or more lighter unstable nuclei combined to form heavier stable nuclei along with energy. So this is a stable nucleus and heavier one, and these are unstable nuclei and these are lighter nuclei, and these are fused together or combined together to form a heavier nucleus which is stable along with energy. That is called as the nuclear fusion reaction. Nuclear fusion reaction. So for these fusion reactions, mainly you can be observed the solar energy or the stars which are glowing or they are looks like brightened because of they are having the property of emitting the radiation. That means they will be gives you the energy out of that matter. So how it is emitting that radiation? By an internal process, that is nuclear fusion reactions, where you can be observed that energy is liberated, that energy can be coming out of that matter, that is nothing but stars. So inside the stars we can be having the property or that reactions which are nothing but nuclear fusion reactions are takes place, so that stars are always they are giving the radiation. So easily we can be observed this sun, solar energy, solar radiation we are getting from the sun, because of there it is converting hydrogen into helium. The hydrogen number of protons are combined together. The hydrogen protons are very unstable states, and that unstable nuclei are combined to fuse it together to form the stable nucleus, that is called helium nucleus can be formed. That can be processed, or that process can be observed in the this inside of the stars, where these type of reactions takes place and produces the enormous amount of energy. That energy is we are getting as a radiations, right? So here the example for this one is you can be observed the radiations or that protons are combined and getting formation of stable nucleus of helium. That is you can be having here 4 protons are combined together. You can be get here there is a helium nucleus which is stable along with 2 positrons plus energy. So this is the combination or conversion of the protons into helium, that is hydrogen isotope. It is hydrogen is converting into helium. So this total hydrogen within the star is converting into helium. There only there is a stopping of these reactions and they cannot be produces or gives you the solar radiations or that radiation from the stars. But it is till we can be observed from the long back onwards, nearly it is 10 power 9 years onwards it is emitting the radiations. Still you can be having the millions of years you can be get that radiations can be obtained from the stars, because plenty of this hydrogen is existing inside them stars, and that hydrogen is converting into helium. Up to that extent these reactions are goes on continuously and we can get the energy from stars, right? So that is, so these reactions can be takes place. That is what is observation here. It is 4 protons are combined and you are getting an helium nucleus along with 2 positrons and energy. So this energy is about 26.5 million electron volts. Sometimes this will be gives 26 or 25.7. So different, but it is nearby 26. It is not exact like how you taken in case of fission reaction, that uranium is made bombarded with the slow neutrons. You are getting the energy. That energy is how much you are taken, approximately 200 million electrons. But exactly or some other calculations you can be observed to be get it is at 208 million electrons or 209. Depends. That depends on the mass defect. It can be observed, right? And anyways, you can be having here. It is about how much it is 26.7 or 26.6 million electrons of energy you can be get by formation of one nucleus of helium, by making the 4 protons are fused together. And here these type of reactions are takes place inside the core part of the stars, where you can be having the pressure is about 10 power 6 atms and temperature about it is 10 power 8 Kelvin. So high pressure, high temperatures, under these conditions only we can be having the combination or the fusion of these protons can be takes place. Not at room temperature. Not at room temperature. Room temperature we can make the both are club together, or we can be combined together. It is not possible. The protons can be fused together only when it is required is how much? Very high temperatures and pressures are required. That is we can be get this amount of the temperature and pressures only within the core part or inside the stars only we can be get obtained. So because of that conditions, these protons gets fused together and you can get this reaction. So this is nothing but which one it is? Fusion reaction, nuclear fusion reactions, right? And in this, the amount of the mass of the hydrogen is converted into helium. That during this conversion, some of the mass is converting into energy. You are getting this is this much. So in this case, it is about how much it is converting that hydrogen into hydrogen mass into that energy. It is only about 0.7% of mass of hydrogen is converting into energy. So here we can observe this is only 0.7% of hydrogen mass converted to energy. Hydrogen converted into energy. And if you calculated the amount of energy radiated or giving you in one fusion of or formation of this one helium nucleus, during this how much you are getting, this is the energy we can get. But here how many number of protons are forming here? 4. The number of protons are required here, it is 4 protons. That means mass number is how much? It is 4. So if you calculated the binding or energy per nucleon, if you calculated how much energy it is liberating per nucleon if you calculated for fusion. So that is here you can write here energy per nucleon for fusion reaction. It will become how much it is 26.7 upon 4. It will be 6 point some it is 27, 28. You can write 7 or 6. Approximately you can take it will be 6 million electron volts. The amount of energy per nucleon we can get during the fusion reaction is how much it is? Approximately it will be, or 7 also you can take, but generally we can be write that books will be given or the materials are provided to you as 6 million electron volts of energy can be get per nucleon. The energy obtained or released per nucleon in fusion reaction is given by, it is how much? 6 million electron volts or 6.6 million electron volts of energy you can be get. But if you observe in case of a nuclear fission reaction, so in nuclear fission reaction only about 0.1% of uranium mass is converting into energy. 0.1%, that is approximately how much you will get that energy? It is 200 million electron volts of energy we observe to be get in case of nuclear, which one? Fission reaction. Nuclear fission reaction, right? And now here also if you calculated the energy per nucleon, that is E by A if you calculated, this is for fission. So if you calculated this, it is approximately how much you can get? It is 200 million electron volts upon, it will be upon which one it is? Mass number of uranium, it is at 235. So this will be gives you, it is 0.85% or million electron volts. 0.85 million electron volts of energy we can be get per nucleon. So the energy per nucleon in case of fission is very small. Don't think that this energy is more and more. It is more only when we have it is a binding energy or the energy per nucleon if you calculate it is very small. And also the mass percentage of that uranium converted into energy is also very small. So the energy per nucleon is very large in case of which one? It is a fusion. So fusion reactions are the energy which is liberated during the fusion is very high. It is about how much time it can be get. You see this, it is about how much it is? 0.85, but here it is 6 or 7 million electron you can be get. So how many times you can be multiply this one to get that 7? So it will be just you can be having 7 means 8 times. 8 8 is 64 only. 8 9 is 72. You can get 7. That means 9 times or approximately it will be how much time? It will be 1000 times you can be get. So the energy liberated during this fusion reaction is 1000 times greater the energy released with respect to fission reaction. So which one is more dangerous? These fusion reactions are more dangerous because the energy liberated per each nucleon is very high compared to the fission reactions. So these nuclear fusion reactions are the process where that hydrogen is there. If it is maintaining these conditions to be satisfied, then automatically you can get these fusion reactions and you can get the energy, enormous amount of energy you can be get. So this is the conversion of hydrogen into helium can be takes place where you can be get the very high amount of the energy can be produced. So once you just make that hydrogen is available, hydrogen is very cheaper. It is easily available in the market or in the atmosphere itself. It will be having the hydrogen, right? Air or oxygen. You can be having water, H2O. So hydrogen is very cheap. Cheap material or the element which is present in the atmosphere compared to the uranium. Uranium is it is somewhat cost, very high cost and low amount of the energy can be liberated. But whereas here it can be having the low cost and high energy can be produced by this nuclear fusion reaction. But it is very important to note that the temperature and pressures to be maintained this order. That is 10 power 6 atmospheres of pressure is required, and also the temperature is very high. It is in the order of 10 power 8 kelvins of temperatures are required. So under these conditions only these protons are gets fused and getting the formation of helium nucleus, helium atom can be get, right? So this is what you can be having that definition of nuclear fusion reaction. Okay, and here I said this is the continuous process. If you are making these fusion reactions, the enormous amount of the energy can be produced. So that is these fusion reactions are the working principle of hydrogen bombs. So if you are having these hydrogen bombs, where you can be having these which type of reactions? Nuclear fusion reactions are takes place where that hydrogen is converting into helium. So hydrogen bombs are based on which one it is? Fusion reaction. Nuclear fusion reactions only gives you this working of hydrogen bomb, where you can be observed to be having hydrogen is converted to helium, right? So H2 hydrogen is converted to helium, and this process till the total amount of the hydrogen is converted to helium, up to that extent these fusion reactions can be continuously takes place by providing the conditions of these high temperature and pressure. So automatically you can be having this very high amount of the energies you can be obtained, and hydrogen bombs can be worse. It is a explosion. Hydrogen bombs are very highly explosive compared to the atom bombs. Atom bombs are also explosive, but comparatively you can be study hydrogen bombs are more dangerous than atomic bombs, as the energy liberated per nucleon is 1000 times greater with respect to the energy per nucleon generated in fission reactions, right? So that is what you can be observed here. And these type of reactions you can be observed in stars. So every star has that blinking or brightening. The brightening of star, that is due to the emission of radiation from its surface. So that energy can be obtained only if these reactions are took place inside the stars, right? So based on the new studies about this energy liberated or produced by the stars can be studied or explained by using two cyclic processes can be occurred continuously within the stars. Because of that, we can get this energy is emitted continuously from the stars. So that cyclic reactions or cyclic processes can be observed in the stars to get this continuous energy emission by the stars. Those cyclic processes are you can be having, or we can be discuss now. There are two cyclic processes can be obtained or observed in the stars. So here there are two cyclic processes are taking place are taking place inside stars to get a continuous radiation. To get continuous radiation. So they are, we have first one is proton cycle. So here we have the first cycle is proton cycle, right? So in this proton cycle, we can get the conversion of hydrogen to helium, that is nuclear fusion reactions takes place. So in this proton cycle, you can have here it is one of the proton is combined with another proton, gives you a nitrogen isotope of deuterium, that is H12 plus a positron plus neutrino. We can get, and this unstable deuteron, that is the hydrogen isotope, is made combined with one more proton and gives you an helium isotope along with some gamma particle. This is a nu, that is neutrino. This is gamma, it is a energy or radiation. Here also you will get the energy, but here especially you can be represented as a gamma. Now helium isotope you can get, this is a very highly unstable, and these two reactions are made double. Two more reactions are, two more protons are made combined, and we are getting a deuteron. That deuteron is made fused with one more proton, and you can get this one. So I made these two reactions are twice. Then we can get, this will be the product in two cases, sir. So in one case you will get this one, that is a helium He23, and also in one more also you will get He23. These helium isotopes are made combined together, fused together, and here you can get that He23 plus He23 gives you, here it is He24 plus 2 protons you can be obtained. So this is what you can be observed to be having. So what is the net reaction you can be seen here? The net reaction, if you observe here, 1, 2, 3 protons are there, but vacant twice, double, 6 protons are there in reactant side, and product side 6 protons are there in reactant side, and also observe how many protons are there in reactant side. Here any proton? No. Here we have the 2 protons are there. So here 4 protons, that is 6 protons minus 2 protons. You will get 4 protons are remained in reactant side. So then I can write here, this is 4 times of protons, and remaining, if you see this deuteron, here they will be cancelled, right? And also this helium isotope also having twice. That means these are 2 times are there, twice here, and that 2 here itself we can be having in reactants are cancelled. So in reactant side only we can be having only 4 protons are there, and which will gives you here, what is the remaining value here? Helium will become plus here these 2 protons are made already subtracted from the 6. This will not be there. So what is the remaining? You can be having here. Next one, what you can be having? This one plus 2 positrons plus here you can be observed to be having, this is a gamma, and again 2 times of gamma. Here also you can get gamma, that is 3 gamma you can be get. So this is what you can be observed to be having the net reaction. If you see this equation and just previously what I given the example for the fusion reaction, you will be seen. So this will gives you, this is the energy, this is 26.7 million electron volts of energy you can be get. So this process can be takes place within the stars, right? So that is especially, it is called as a proton cycle. This proton cycle makes that star to be looks like you can be called as the emission of radiation outer part, that is outer part, mantle part of the star, where you can, it will be looks like a red color. It is a red giant or white dwarf. It will be white dwarf means that star will be looks like a white in color because of emission of radiation. Very high amount of radiations are there. So that is you can be observed because of this energy. Okay. So anyways, this is a cyclic process continuously takes place within where? Here what you got? Here it is cyclic proton cycle means here protons are converted into helium. right? So continuously the protons are fused together and converted into the helium process. So this is continuously takes place inside the stars, so that the energy can be emitted from the stars, right? So this is the one cycle, proton cycle it is. And second one is there is one more, that is it is carbon nitrogen cycle. Carbon nitrogen cycle. So in this carbon nitrogen cycle, again the process is maybe different, but the net reaction or the resultant reaction is observed to be having the conversion of again hydrogen to helium only. But only these two, carbon and nitrogen, are used as a catalyst in the reaction. They are just using to make the conversion of this hydrogen to proton process. These carbon and nitrogens are used as a catalyst in this cyclic process. So initially the carbon is C612, natural carbon is made combined with a proton, and you can be get here it is a nitrogen 713 plus gamma particle it will become, right? Gamma radiation, that is what you can be observed. Now next one, this is a nitrogen isotope. It is highly unstable, which will gives you here it is carbon 613 plus a positron you can be get. That is, this is the observation you can be having. Here this is a highly unstable one, which is make changes into this carbon isotope along with a positron it will come. And this one, this carbon isotope of 613 made combined with one more proton, and which will gives you here it is nitrogen 714 plus gamma you can be get. And one more you can be get, this one is here it is nitrogen 714 combined with one more proton, which will gives you oxygen isotope, that is here you can be observed O815, and along with this you can be get gamma. And this is a oxygen isotope which is very highly unstable, and which is oxygen 815 is gives you here it is a nitrogen 715 along with a positron you can be get. Now this one, nitrogen isotope of 715 made combined with one more proton, gives you here it is a helium 24 plus carbon 16, that is a carbon 612 you can be get. So this is what you can be having the observation can be seen in this reaction. It is starting with carbon, ending with carbon, right? Here carbon and nitrogen, they are just using the participating in the reaction in this cyclic process, but at the end again you are getting the same here. Again this carbon here, again this process will be started. So like this it is continuously takes place. So in this what is the net reaction if you observe? See here, carbon here it is we have, here also we have, in reactants we have, in products we have, it is cancelled. Similarly this one, this one, this one, this one, this, and oxygen, and this one are cancelled. Now then note the net reaction here we have 1 proton, 2 proton, 3 proton, 4 proton. So you can be getting here 4 protons are fused together. And what is the reactants? We have the only 4 protons. What are the products we can get here? Helium He24 plus here one positron, here one positron. So you can get 2 positrons plus 3 gamma. Here gamma is there, here gamma is there, here gamma is there, 3 gamma. Whatever this amount of the radiation, which will gives you again 26 million electron volts of energy you can be get. So this is the net reaction it is observed to be. See this one and this one. Maybe the process different, but the result is same. That is conversion of hydrogen to helium. 4 protons are fused together and forming a helium nucleus along with energy. That is, we can be seen these two cyclic process in the stars where the nuclear fusion reactions are takes place. Right? So this is what you can be observed to be having that reactions. In this carbon and nitrogens both are used as a just making that process to be takes place. For that they are using as a catalyst in that reaction or cyclic process. Right? Clear? So in this just you remember hydrogen is converted to helium. Hydrogen is converted to helium. That is, we can be seen in all stars. These reactions only takes place where that hydrogen is converted to helium, and up to the total hydrogen is gets exhausted. Up to that extent, that reactions can be continuous and the stars can be produced as the radiation, emitting the radiation, and they will be looks like a brightened. Right. So these are the reactions related with which one? Nuclear fusion reaction. That is main responsible to get the emission of radiation by all the stars with two cyclic processes. They are, one is a proton-proton cycle, another one is which one? It is carbon-nitrogen cycle. Right. And after this we can discuss the differences between the nuclear fission and fusion, and some elementary particles, and also some related to two classes or three classes. We can conclude this chapter of nucleus, and also we can solve some of the problems also in your material. Then we can make it conclude this chapter. Right? We will see other topics in the next. Okay. See you. Signing off.